So first things first, we got an update on the guy that stole all those hundreds of thousands of dollars of skis from the Aspen Ski Company. He was sentenced to 6 years in jail.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, kind of stoked that Derek Johnson, who's an asshat, he stole 1,300 pairs of skis worth nearly $6 million over
13,000.
Or 13,000. 13,000. Sorry, 13,000 pairs of skis worth nearly $6 million over more than 12 years. And the quote from him is hilarious. I take full and sole responsibility for the crime I have committed. I never intended to hurt anybody. I'm deeply sorry and remorseful and ashamed of my actions, and I will start over to rebuild my life with my family. I will continue to give back to this community if allowed. If I were you, I'd fucking leave.
Yeah, I would
just fucking leave. And
my favorite thing is when somebody finally crunched the numbers and figured out that just the pairs of skis that he sold on eBay, he was selling basically 2 pairs of skis every single day for 12 years. And if you actually go on to calculate out for how many pairs of skis they say they sold, it's 3 pairs of skis every day for 12 years that they were selling on eBay. How does that go unnoticed?
That's how, oh my God.
We asked this the first time we brought this article up, like, how does the shop that he's working for not notice that they're ordering way more skis than they need in their demo fleet, and they're just disappearing?
Yeah.
How does it go unnoticed for over a decade? That's what I just still don't understand.
It mystifies me that their LP did not catch that.
Yeah.
Like, at some point, it doesn't matter the size of the corporation. LP, which is loss prevention, should notice that.
Gotta notice something.
Yeah. Fuck this guy, though.
Yeah.
Like, fuck him. It's funny that he says he took sole responsibility, but his wife was like the accountant on everything.
Right. She was fully involved.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Like, this... if I was him, dude, I'd move as far away from anything related to skiing.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, like, go move to bumfuck Iowa and become a farmer.
Yep.
Dude, like, you are fucking tainted as far as that goes. But, yeah, so that's a little update on that story. And
sentenced to 6 years. They're thinking he's probably only going to do 2.5 to 3.
3
he's got
good behavior.
But,
I mean, let's be honest. He's going to go to white-collar prison.
Oh, yeah.
And white-collar prison is like, he's going to be doing yoga and playing tennis and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then, because if he went to blue-collar prison, he's probably going to get the shit beat out of him. He's going to get Bill Cosby. He's going to get a fucking hot dog thrown at him the first time he walks in. You know, or he's going to be like Jared from Subway and just get really fat and height and get beat up every day. Fuck that guy, too.
Yep.
And Harvey Weinstein's going to join him soon.
Yeah, he's just going to die.
Maybe. But in other news, we've got some movement of riders around.
Mm-hmm. Some big moves.
Actually. Big moves, yeah. No, yeah. This is cool. So Bodhi Merrill has signed with 32 boots, which means he's not riding Salomon boots anymore.
Right.
So he's not head-to-toe Salomon with board boot binding.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't have that trifecta going on there, which poses the question of, does 32 have the most stacked boot team?
I think they do.
I think they do, too.
Yeah. Like, the only team that could have ever competed to them would have been maybe Nike.
Yeah, and then a bunch of the Nike guys ended up on 32.
Right, exactly. So, yeah, I mean, you have Haldor, Jeremy, you have Nico, Desiree,
Grenier, Bradshaw, JP.
Yep.
Now you got Bodhi. Then you've got, like...
Joe Sexton.
Who else
is on 32's team?
Well, you got to realize all the Man-Ams that they have.
Yeah, they have, like...
You got the Yaguns boys.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Spring Break,
a bunch of those guys. Yeah, It's crazy. Like... That team, I mean, well, 32 has the largest market share, too, of any.
Oh, they do, by far.
By far. They sell more boots
than anybody.
Yeah, so that's crazy. The
question is, I think, does Bodhi get his own boot, or is he just getting his own color?
I think it'll be the first year, it'll be his own color.
Yeah.
And it'll be some boot that it was easy to put that color on.
Right.
But I think the next time Outdoor Retailer SIA rolls around, then he'll have a pro model.
You think he'll have a pro model?
I think he will. And who's his outerwear sponsor these days? Is he...
Last time I knew it was Bonfire. I don't even know. I don't think it's that anymore. So I have no idea. I don't know what he's riding for.
Wasn't he on Quicksilver?
Maybe. Oh, maybe.
But I was gonna say it would
Sounds right.
It'd be interesting to see if he ends up
on 32 outerwear.
Outerwear too. Yeah. Then the next big one was K2 is like
K2 is firing on all cylinders
right now. Like they're marketing and their branding and everything. Yep. Like Gershon is killing it over there.
And they just their new board designer is finally getting some the new boards that are coming out next year are all 100% him, and he's been so far killing it.
Yeah. So this is crazy. So they picked up Sage Kotzenberg, who he's been floating aimlessly since
Apo?
Apo, yeah. Apo went under, and then he was going to do his own brand with Haley Langland and was it Nick Baden? I think it was before he went to Sims.
Yeah.
But yeah, that, and then they got Ben Ferguson's brother Gabe on there. So now they've picked up Pat Moore, Sage, and Gabe, and those guys, like the way. See, the big thing that I like about Sage is like he was a contest guy, and then he was just like, I'm done and I'm riding POW.
Yeah, he won the Olympics, so he's done.
He's done. He's just like, I can live off that the rest of my life. He can he can do speaking engagements for $25,000 a pop.
Exactly.
And do that, but you know. And he's out there in Utah, so he's riding with Pat Moore. So like those two, and like Pat kind of becomes the old man on the team,
right?
But he's like venerable with a lot of knowledge and everything. And then Gabe's
can still hammer and throw down.
Oh yeah, and then you got Gabe, who I've always liked Gabe's style, and he's just always kind of been in Ben's shadow.
Yeah, he's been a shadow rider for sure.
But he's also been like, I just want to go ride POW.
Yeah,
and that's what's awesome about it to see.
Right.
That. So I think K2 is just.
I mean, really, at this point, I want to see a K2 movie.
Oh yeah, it's been. Oh god, it's been. What's it been? Almost 10 years since the last time I think they did a team movie.
They've got a strong enough team. I want to see a team movie.
Yeah, they just need to partner with an energy drink company and then put it on Amazon, and we'll be good to go.
Yeah,
let's do it, Gershon. If you hear this, we got ideas.
We got some.
We got ideas. You could do this. And then the final one was Auntie Audi signed with Jones, which means he left Karua.
Right. So for Andy Audi, after he left Flow, just kind of floated around. I think he was on Drake for a while. He
was. Well, he had to. He was. What was it? It was their special project line that they were trying to brand as his own, and
just kind of didn't really go anywhere. Plus, Drake's got a weird. They're weird right now.
They're trying to have a comeback. Everyone said because they're celebrating their 30th anniversary. So Drake Northwave is.
I'd be all about it. I really would.
I really want to ride.
Look interesting. They have a couple good shapes.
Yeah, it's been forever since I rode a Drake board, but
yeah. So he floated around, was on Drake for a minute, and then he was on Karua, and it was kind of weird to see because he was one of my favorite riders growing up. To see him kind of drop off and. He didn't care. He was just out doing his own thing. I think he lived in Japan for a while, just riding POW.
Well, you got to understand, he comes from serious money, so he doesn't care.
I didn't know.
So I found that one out that he comes from serious money. So work is not a big thing to him. It's like work play.
All right, well.
But so
he's kind of been on the come up. He got onto Karua, which gets him a little bit more exposure back into the mainstream, and now he signed with Jones, which
But he's gone full crazy POW guy.
That's all.
We're talking he's out there going 20-something miles on a split board to get to one line.
Yeah,
it's fucking insane. Jones makes total sense.
Yeah, it 100% makes sense for him to be on that.
Yeah, so that's really cool to see, and Jones actually has a really good team going on there. Obviously they got Jeremy, but then you look at some of the other people that are on there, and you're like, oh, okay, this they have the right people in the right area.
Definitely.
And I think that's what the big thing is just having the right people in the right area, So this will be interesting to see what he does with them, and especially are him and Jeremy going to partner up and head out?
I imagine so. I think we'll start seeing Andy in a lot more movies out there. Just anything that's going to be a backcountry focused movie. I bet we see at least a clip or two of him, if not a movie that's just.
Well, he's put out his own stuff every year, and
he's been busy. It's not like he's not been doing stuff.
He's working. which is funny because he doesn't need money.
Have to.
Yeah. But no, he's out there and he's getting after it, which is it's cool to see that. But
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's funny. Like we're hitting this weird. And I called this like maybe 3-4 years ago. I was like, I think we're gonna start to see like older pros coming back to being sponsored, and we are. Like you look at like Gucci, you look at a lot of brands and what they're doing with people and how they're still keeping them slightly relevant. And they're more like an like Jibber Jeremy Jones with Nitro.
Yeah.
He's a brand ambassador.
Right.
I mean, obviously he had that gnarly accident that broke his legs and everything, and he was out, but he's still there. He's still, you know, I got to talk to him for a few minutes, and I got to talk to some other people, and they're like, that work at Nitro, and they're like, yeah, we basically like we take him to shops, and everyone's so stoked that it's him, and he's just like, yeah, okay, cool, yeah, and he's over there like half giving a clinic. And that's what he's turned into, is this guy. And he's, you know, he's still getting a paycheck, and he's still got his name on things and helping with things, and that's really cool. But then you look over at something like Kemper, which, depending who you ask, it's got a different, it's either a nostalgic cash grab, or it's this, or it's that, or it's whatever. But you look at that, and you got Kevin Jones, Kurt Heine, and Martin Gallant over there. And Kevin Jones, like when I was a kid, was just larger than life. And, you know, he's got his own pro model and stuff. And half the time he's just rock climbing, but he's like, I'll go out and hit some jumps and jibs with Russell and Dale. And they drag him out to some of, he gets dragged to some event, and he's like, I'm going to do a backflip. And you're like, whew, he did a backflip. He's like, I'm 40-something years old, did a backflip, you know. And then, well, even with Nidecker, Dale Rayberg is the West Coast rep. Yeah. Which is the funniest thing in the world to me. Is like, hilarious. You know, you got a guy that filmed video parts, was there with the start of Ride and had a pro model, all that stuff. And he's out doing clinics and doing demos, and it's Dale, and it's like...
And kids he's giving clinics to have no idea
who he is. Yeah. And it's just like what he's done. So I think I feel like we're seeing more of that, and they're starting to take care of people where they need to, and you know, I still think they're carrying people that they shouldn't too.
Agreed.
Like, I'm just gonna say it. Terrier should be fired from Burton. Like, he needs to retire. Like, every time he opens his mouth, it's just, he is a product. He is so stuck in his ways and his time frame. Like, do you think he sells product for Burton still? I think maybe with like the over 40 or 45s, he might sell a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's just like he opens his mouth and you're like, what the fuck is he? No, he just wants to go ride a snow skate and play soccer.
I know. Literally, I think the only thing I've seen out of him in any media in the last 3 years has been on snow skate. I don't think.
No, he did that video with the step-ons.
Oh, there was the step-on thing. Outside of step-ons, it's been snow skates.
And you know they only used him for that because of his age and the demographic. It's the perfect demographic.
For sure.
Other than that.
Yeah. And for those people that know who Terrier is, it provided them with an air of legitimacy around step-on. Like, Terrier rides it.
So, does he actually? Maybe at events.
Dave does.
Dave does. Well,
but Dave will ride anything he's told to ride.
Dave was all about nugs for 4 years.
Yeah, he sure was.
You know, Dave. I love Dave Downing.
I do too.
Dave's just a great dude. But then you look at like Mervin and stuff. I mean, obviously you got your Travis Rice, but they're still keeping Temple's around. Exactly. Barrett's still there.
Yep. Still has a pro model.
Yeah. Jamie Lynn's got like 3 pro models.
Yeah.
Because he does their art and stuff, and they take him out on cat and pow trips and stuff.
Yeah.
You know. Mm-hmm. But or my favorite is like, here's one that blows my mind. Mike Rankwit on Telos. That dude has had a pro model in 4 decades now, or 5 decades, 80s, 90s. No, 4 decades. He's 4 decades in with a pro model.
Yep.
And what's even better is because it's Rankwit. Like, I'm over in Japan. He broke his collarbone with the Telos guys in Japan, and just kept riding with a broken collarbone.
Naturally, that's.
But the best was he's like, got to put my board up for TSA. And it's literally his board with a tag on it with his name, with the binding still on it. No board bag. And he just throws it on the conveyor belt for TSA to take it. He's like, if it shows up, it shows up. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And I'm like, you know, I'm starting to wonder as I get older, is this how I should start traveling with boards?
Like, just chuck them on the belt.
Just chuck them on the belt and be like, if it makes it, it makes it. Like, the odds of it getting damaged, I feel, are less because they're just like, well, it's a snowboard. They're just like,
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You know? This is something we might need to experiment with.
We may need to, do
like multi-stops
and
just be like, I'll pay the extra $50 every time just to check that, just to make a video of it, to see if this breaks. But that's something so different than what we're doing, Like, I don't know. We live in strange times.
We do indeed.
Yeah.